Welcome to second grade, guys. Mr. Reed here. Teachers, we're going to be identifying three-digit numbers on the number line in our Orgo Module 3, Lesson 6. Students, have out pencils, crayons, your Orgo books, your workbooks, your math notebooks, and go ahead and get some index cards or sticky notes. Pause this video, get materials out, and when you're ready, let's go ahead and start. Alright, class, what we're learning today is we will be identifying three-digit numbers on a number line. We're going to focus on those words, the position words, and place value understanding. Before we get started, four things I want from you. Write what our learning will be for today, and those are the red words up top. Think about what those words identify numbers means to you. Discuss with someone, tell them what those words mean, and then go back to your journal and write some notes about what you discussed. Pause this video, get that work done, unpause, and we'll work on some vocabulary. Our vocabulary for today will be greater than, less than, represent, compare, order, our symbols, place value, hundreds, tens, ones. Pause this video and then match the blue words to the red words. Unpause and check your answers. Alright, class. Greater than can mean the same thing as bigger or more. Less than can be less or smaller. Represent can be a picture to show something. Compare, we're going to do that today, describing based on place values. Order, when you put numbers in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we call that sequence. We have our symbols, which mean greater than, less than, or equal to. Place value, for us in first grade, we're talking about ones, tens, and hundreds right now, on second grade. Hundreds, the number 100. 10, the number 10. And 1, the number 1. Did you get them right? If not, pause this video and go back, check your answers, and discuss a little bit with someone at home. If you did, go ahead and go forward. As always, we have a few extra additional videos that you can watch if needed. Just pause the video, snap a picture of those, and go to the tutorial. If not, keep on going. Again, we're identifying three-digit numbers on the number line. Before we get started, let's go over some of our graphic organizers. We have our number line, we have our process steps, and then we have our sentence stem for the day. So keep those in mind as we work through. Alright, so we're looking at this number line, and we notice that there's a red arrow between the numbers 0 and 400. Our range of numbers are 0 to 400. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tallies, 3 between. So what do we notice? Well, then open, we don't know what that is. It's closer to 400 and further away from 0, so keep that in mind. So we're looking at that, and we could write a lot of numbers there. But if it's 0 to 400, well, let me go ahead and we'll have a few jumps in between. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump by 100. That seems like a reasonable number. So if I go from 0 to 400 making jumps of 100, I start at 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, and then 400, 300 to 400. Well, those are spaced out evenly and nicely, and there's the same amount of space or jumps or numbers between each range. Let's go. Now, what if I wanted to plot numbers that were 50 or 75? Well, between 0 and 100, I know it's 50, so it's halfway. So right here, I know that it's got to be in that range somewhere, and it's right in the middle of 0, right in the middle of 100, 100. So in that number line, it's going to be right in the middle as well. You see that? Alright, now it's time for some more IU, and I just want you to listen to me and don't work anything out on your own. We're going to be working on those process steps for number line comparison. So I'm going to first locate and plot my first number and open number line. I'm going to read the place values and discuss them. I'm going to decide which comparisons I want to use and discuss. And then I'm going to decide how much I want to compare by. And then I'm going to locate and plot that second number and third number and fourth number. So if I'm starting with the number 350, I'm just going to go ahead and plot it somewhere on this number line. But first, I want to make sure that whatever numbers I plot are all good and well. So if I plot 350, and I want to maybe put the end range 500, I can put 500 in that first tally, the very last tally, and just keep labeling them as I go on. I'm going to locate the first number, that's my 500. And then I'm going to read the place value. Let me go by 100. Okay, so then I'm going to go next, there again. 200, 400, 300. That's spaced out very well. Now let me go ahead and add some more of it, because remember, I'm locating and identifying that 350. Well, 350 again is right in the middle of 300 and 400. And luckily, I already have a tally right here in between the two of them. So I can go ahead and plot my number right there, 350. Alright class, now let's do one together. So if I wanted to plot the number 250, well, let's go and do it together. Let's make sure first that my data range is 500 to 200. What I want you to do is go ahead and at home, locate and plot your first number we've done together. I want you to read those place values and then decide how you want to do the comparison, decide how much you want to compare by, and then go ahead and plot the rest of your numbers on your place value, on your number line right here, and then circle when you get to 250. Where should it be? Pause this video and then we'll check together in a minute to see if we all did it correctly. Now for plotting, and welcome back, for plotting that number, we have our range 200 to 500. We have some tallies between, and I want to go ahead and compare based on hundreds first off. So 200 I put there, then I put 4 at the end, and then 300 right there. But I still want to go ahead and add those increments of 50 in between the hundreds, right? So let me go ahead and plot between 200 and 300, 250. Well, that's my answer right there. Go ahead and a bit of extra practice if you got this correct, and put 350, 450, even put 150 and see if you get those correct. Remember the same place I did. If you did, let's keep on going. Let's do one more together. So I'm going to plot 375, and again, my range is going to be between 200 and 500. Pause this video to see if you get it done correctly. Unpause when you're ready to see what my answers are as well. Alright, so if I'm plotting 375, again, I'm going to go ahead and plot and do my increments by 100. So 400 and 300 as always. Now I know between 300 and 400, well, 375 is in that range somewhere, right? I know previously that the tally in between most likely represents 350, or an increment of 50, it's right in the middle. So I'm thinking based on place values, 375, 350, the difference right there comes in the 10th column, right? And so maybe I need to put it between 350 and 400. So if you went ahead and plotted your number 375 right between those two, give yourself a high five. Alright class, when you do work on your own, I want you to complete pages 66 and 67 in your student workbooks. Remember, in step up, you're going to be plotting those individual increments between those 100 intervals or 200 intervals. On 3, 4, 5, you're going to go ahead and think of those arrows and write the number that might go there as well. Make sure those jumps are looking okay, that they're reasonable and not too much or too little. And always think about those place values, where you want to put the jumps, in the 1s, and the 10s, and the 100s. Pause the video, go to those pages and work on them, and then make sure to take a picture and upload them to Google Classroom for your teacher to see. Alright class, our very last you do activity on your own. You're going to pick one of these 4 columns right here. The numbers, the expanded numbers, the pictorial forms, or the words. You're going to write these on paper or come out to the printer, create your own number line, and plot these numbers on a number line from greatest to least with good and accurate kind of jumps in between. Not too much, not too little. I want you to plot those on your number line and then make sure to write a few sentences about which are greater and which are less than. Take a picture and upload to your classroom. our last remembering of the day. How could you represent three-digit numbers on a number line? What I want you to do is take back out your journal, jot some notes down. This is going to be a great starting point for your class later on.